What's up, everyone? It's the Normie, and before I begin today, I would just like to send my thoughts and prayers out to Calum Mogor and his family. If you're into bodybuilding or powerlifting or in the strength scene or weightlifting scene, whatever it may be, you know who Calum Mogor is. He's been having a hard time the past year. He may have jumped out a window trying to take his own life the other day, and he's in a induced coma right now, fighting for his life, and he had to have surgery done on his spinal cord. So times are tough for everyone, um, whether it is that you're drug addicted or you're just struggling financially. Let's try to keep it together and not do anything dumb. All right, moving on. Biden finally admits soaring inflation a real tough problem, suggests it may get worse. Well, yeah, it's a real tough problem and it may get worse. But it was your administration's policies that put us here in the first place. A lot of this was completely unnecessary. He chose to do this. They chose to do this. Now, I don't want to get all conspiracy theory here because I'm just a normie, but this is what I've observed. And yesterday I took a look at this and I started kind of charting it. And it seems to be on a 10-year cycle. Doesn't matter who the fuck is in office. Trump was one of the only ones that didn't completely hammer us when he was in office. But it seems to be on a 10-year cycle. The markets come down, gas prices go up, the housing market busts, and at this time, the rich, the generational wealthy, and the politicians swoop in. They buy up everything. They are reacquiring their physical assets, is what's happening. Because the game is fucking rigged, okay? They buy low and they sell high. And it seems to be happening about every 10 years. Oh, the market's so low. Well, great for them, because they just swoop in and buy everything up. Buy all the stocks up when they're dirt ass cheap. And it's not 50 shares. It's not 20 shares. It's thousands of shares. Same for the housing market. Quick story. House next door to me was $150,000. A black woman bought it. She got overextended. This was back in 2008. She lost the house. The house sat for 3 years. A tree fucking fell on it. An overseas bank had it. There's a couple here. They own about 200 houses in my neighborhood. They came over, bought that house next door to me for $20,000 cash. Put $10,000 into it and flipped it. Because when you have the resources, you can buy everything up dirt cheap. It's all the game. It's the game. I'm not a genius. I'm not some economic wizard or anything. But I mean, you can be a normie like me and clearly see what the fuck's going on. Also, like, just the trillions of dollars. We just borrowed trillions. It's killing us. These politicians are just batshit crazy. They're evil. And all this money for Ukraine, while these people are walking around Kiev like nothing's going on. Have you seen the videos? They're like driving up and down the street. They're eating at restaurants. They're fucking chilling. Nothing's going on over there. All right, so the left is always complaining that the libertarians, the right, the populists, whatever, are evil. They're destroying Twitter, blah, blah, blah. They're so mean, they're so mean, they're so mean. So here's a post from Marjorie Taylor Greene, where she comments on an old freaking Dr. Oz post from like 2012. What are you doing there? Yeah, Switzerland is a beautiful country, but joining the Economic Forum is 100% against America first. You should board a plane ASAP and come back home. Talk to real Americans and learn what serving them in the U.S. Senate would mean if they elect you. Is she fucking nuts? This picture's from 2012. 2012! Anyway, let's look at what the tolerant lefties have to say to Marjorie Taylor Greene. You're an idiot. My give a fuck is still broken, but my go fuck yourself is fully functional. Triple Ukraine flag. I stand with Ukraine. I stand with Ukraine. The 7 most common causes of vaginal dryness. Alex Jones is definitely not one of those. He's responsible for many wet vaginas. Trust me. I stand with Ukraine again. Traitors. All these check marks. Trump's already been removed. Whew, man. All right. This one here from Rob is just a donkey. Now, I thought here personally this was more like AOC. Rob again. Conspiracy theories like QAnon make dumb people feel smart because they think they're privy to secret information. Down with that. I love this picture. Anyway. Okay, here's one. Everything I do and say is fucking stupid. Now, I'm not a fan of Marjorie Taylor Greene anymore, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when she was confronted about January 6th by a reporter, she basically bent the knee and apologized for it. What I need these politicians to start saying is, how about we have a real conversation about the 9 months that Antifa and BLM burned, looted, and murdered across the United States? That's what I need to hear. These spot the difference games are getting hard. Again, racists like Ali here depicting whites as Neanderthal type primitive apes. Because they're like, we're not the monkeys no more, motherfucker. It's you. So the tolerant left, anti-racists have become the bigoted racists. Wife, mama, friend, professional, Trump, KKK clan triggered, fully vaxxed, booty bort count 3 so far. Bordy bort count. So she's had 3 vaccines. 3. She ain't a pureblood. Ali again, if you can recall your own tweets, can recall your own speeches, can recall your own phone calls, and can't recall participating in an insurrection, then maybe you should be recalled from Congress. But it's okay for them to harass Supreme Court judges and burn down cities. This one gets me here. Land of the Lost, again, depicting whites as these like Neanderthal creatures, these ignorant Neanderthals, these apes. And I find this most humorous in some ways because my name on Twitter is Neanderthal DNA. There's a reason why Europeans and Asians are the way they are. There's a reason why we're so different. Okay? And a lot of that is because we have Neanderthal DNA. So, if you have Neanderthal DNA, basically you have some of the oldest blood on the planet. That is why your brain is more developed. Evolutionary, or yeah, your brain is just more developed over time because you bred with an older species on this planet. This is why Europeans and Asians have a tend to have higher IQs across the board. Okay, anyway, that's that. On to inflation. This pissed me off. This is what triggered me. This is what got me going about everything. Let me check my time. I'm trying to go quick here. Jeez, we're getting into it deep. So remember when gas prices were at $4.37 this morning? They're at $4.40. So that's a national high. This lady here from North Bay, California, totally normal here. Regular unleaded gasoline, $6.29 a gallon. Who can afford that? Well, people making above $150,000 can still afford that. Okay, people in the $50,000 or below bracket cannot afford that. Is the Biden administration going to change their energy policies going into the midterms? I don't know. They might. I doubt it. He's not in charge anyway. It's his fucking liberal administration that is. And I don't think they will because they think people like me can just run out and buy a $60,000 to $80,000 electric car, which I can't. Nobody can. Why would I want one? Anyway, that's all I got today. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.